Head coach Anthony Grant and student athletes Nate Santos and Malachi Smith. We'll start off with an opening statement from coach, take questions for the student athletes, and then questions for coach.
Obviously disappointed in the outcome. I felt like we were playing some of our best basketball down the stretch here, but unfortunately today we came up short. Guys fought, plays here or there, obviously didn't go our way. Credit to St. Joe's, and their team.
Okay, we'll now take questions for Nate and Malachi. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get you the mic. State your name and affiliation. Dave.
David Smolensky, Dayton Daily News. Mally made a lot of big plays this year. How hard is it to lose a game in that manner with the missed free throw?
It's a little disappointing.
It's a little disappointing, just for the outcome. Definitely want a different outcome as far as playing in March. So definitely gonna be hard watching teams on TV and stuff like that. But I can say I gave them all. I think me and Nate as a captain gave it all. As far as the season goes, but yeah, like I said before, it's a little disappointing. This one hurts, but what we could do is move on right now.
Any further questions?
Nate, how did you guys get back in it? And can you sum up just what it feels like to lose a game in that manner? You guys were so close to achieving some of your goals.
Yeah, it definitely hurts. I think kind of the fight that we showed, that's kind of what we found. And it's helped us win some games. Obviously, we came up short, but it definitely hurts to, fight like that and come up short.
Okay, you guys are good to go. Thank you. We'll take questions for coach. Go back to Dave.
Coach, one of the timeouts right before the comeback, I heard it seemed like you were getting on the guys and just trying to motivate them, and it worked at that point. You did get back in. And what did you say?
Yeah, I think you're probably talking about there was a stretch, maybe with 13 minutes to go, it was a 2-possession game. And I just felt like the energy on the floor wasn't where it needed to be. When you're dealing with young people, sometimes they get caught up in how things are going for them individually, as opposed to what's going on with the team and what the team needs at that time. And I think that was probably what I was expressing at that time, that we had opportunities and they need to understand the big picture and not so get caught up in their individual feelings or how things were going for them as an individual, and understand the big picture of it.
What can you say to Malachi? I mean, like I said, he's made a ton of great plays, but a lot of people are going to blame this one on him for.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been in position to win, without what he did throughout the game. That's one play in dozens of plays throughout the game.
Go to Tom.
Yeah, Tom Marshall, Dayton. Anthony, when at the end of regulation, you gathered your team, what was the message to them? What did you say that night you got new life?
Yeah, we had 5 minutes, to be able to go win the game, to be able to advance, and the guys were obviously disappointed that we weren't able to end it in regulation. So it's just a matter of, putting that behind us and moving forward with the next 5 minutes.
Anthony, where would you sum up just the season? You guys fell short of your goals.
Yeah, that's a great question, David. Honestly, I got to reflect. Honestly, if I'm being dead honest with you, I'm torn between whether this was a team that overachieved or underachieved. To be honest with you, we've been through a lot. It's been the best of times and the worst of times in terms of what this team has had to go through and how we've kind of had to manufacture some things, and so a lot of really good stuff, but then also some things that we had to overcome that were self-inflicted stuff, that kind of put us in a little bit of a hole. So I think if I'm summing it up, I probably have to reserve that until I have more time to kind of reflect and see where things end up.
In 8 seasons now, you know your fan base. They are hungry.
Yeah.
You got to the tournament last year, but is what you've done, is it enough? Do this?
It's not for me to decide. I mean, I can tell you that I give everything I have to it, you know, and I feel like, you know, the group we had, that it was important to them, you know, and, you know, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Will you guys accept an NIT bid if it's offered, or is that something you gotta think about?
As far as I know, yeah, I will. Yeah.
Tom?
Anthony, one thing, MIL, the defensive, presidency was tonight. I mean, if you look at the one little silver lining, what did you see in this kid?
Yeah, I mean, they're a difficult team to defend because they have, you know, two really dynamic guards, and they put them in, you know, so many ball screens and so many isolation plays that we ended up at times having to switch, you know, and he had to keep Brown and Reynolds in front of him, and I thought he did a pretty good job of that. He was able to impact some shots around the rim. You know, so for a freshman, you know, I think this was a great learning experience for him. I think he's got a really bright future. You know, we just got to continue to grow him.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah.